Kundalini yoga, psychology, pedagogy, educational sciences, studies, enlightenment, and Kalaripayattu, the secret of Kundalini, alchemy, magic, and Carl Gustav Jung, I think he's called. Let's see. So, the psychology of Kundalini yoga. So your glands are your chakras. And whatever you intake resonates with your glands. So a good way to cleanse your glands is paidalajin. Is called slapping your body from head to toe. So what is Kundalini? You know, your Kundalini is your energy which makes you do things in everyday life, you know? So whatever you do, Kundalini is basically in everything. It's the spiritual energy behind every material thing. And so is the mind, so is the body, so is the spirit. And you can do spiritual work for others. And you inform others via your brain, via you just thinking things. That is the mastermind. This is why you do Kalaripayattu. You know, you raise your Kundalini, which is your spiritual energy. And then you might ask, you know, Jan, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Why are people doing things in society? What are we intaking? Isn't it maybe a solution to fasting? And then to do alchemy, you know, you just have a fruit in the morning and you have your pills and you roll up for the day. You know, spiritual crises maybe. You know, everybody can be your therapist, your therapeut, your shaman, your wizard, your teacher, your preacher. So if you listen closely, these messages may be for you. But mainly it's like enlightenment garbage that I give you. It's funny. You know things, you can do things via your mind. You have your high capacity in your brain. And your hair, and you know, people wanna get to the hair cutter, and I'm like, should we do that? Should we cut the hair? Who's that? Like, what is that? What is this? I don't know. Should I cut my hair? Maybe not. Should we do things? Should we do them not? Let's ask, you know. So the Christ consciousness is something that I have, and something maybe that I also have to cut myself back down to, because I blast open my chakras which are sitting above my head, and you're like, what? we only have 7 chakras. We only have seven glands. Your pituitary gland, your pineal gland, your heart, your lower chakras, your genitals. What is the psychology of Kundalini yoga? I was ordering myself a book from Carl Gustav Jung. The psychology of Kundalini yoga. That might be a very interesting one. And for people who work with young people, with children, or young adults, or people who work with people, you have a certain posture in yourself, a certain position. And this position is what mirrors out. You know, people are like, oh, that's interesting how he moves, how he acts, what he does, you know. It's how you inform, you know, you do spiritual work. You do things via the mind. And then people ask, you know, oh, you go to the dentist, you go to a doctor. I mean, that's part of life, you know. I got myself a transplant. See that? I'm going to get a transplant over there. I was getting my teeth fixed. Kind of healthy, but also, you know, if you have the melanin, you're like, people are in the garbage place. It's what I told you with, you know, construction and destruction, which happens in the mind and in the body. So should you do bodybuilding? Should you do yoga? Hell yeah, you should move. And via the movement, you inform your nervous system with certain positions, with certain postures, which mirror back to your mind. You know, you do the animal postures, for example, from Kalaripayattu. Elephant, horse, lion, wild boar, peacock, fish, and cat. Now it's the next step to do the salutation form, and the male form, and obviously the female form, which I have to learn. So you get the triangle from the Kundalini place. People are, you know, Jan, you're talking garbage. I'm like, I don't think so. So shock your nervous system. Shocking your nervous system with, you know, physical exercise, with yoga, with Kalaripayattu, with CrossFit maybe, with calisthenics, with alchemy, you know, things you ingest, shock your nervous system. That's why, you know, people say, oh, people do drugs. I'm like, yeah, you can do drugs, you can do neurochemical work. You can do neuromelanin, you can do melanin. It's working, you know. That's what magic is. black magic, white magic, red magic, blue magic, purple magic, any kind of magic, green magic, sigil magic. But let's build something more, Build something more. Maybe I should go to Kalaripayattu classes tomorrow and videotape the female form. That'd be good. Integrate. Now I would claim Buddha, Christ, Jesus, Jehovah, Muhammad, Messias, a Messie, somebody who's doing chaos magic, somebody who is into the chaos theory of things. Because chaos magic rules, but then certainly you should put things into postures, you should put things into order. So rip the whole place apart and then slowly rebuild it. That's how you channel energies, But it's very analog what I do, because I just mirror myself in these analog videos. I talk to myself and I obviously manifest things with it. Magic yarn. Go and have a walk, inform the mind, inform the body, and go to work, play with the how are we calling it? Play with the energies, play with the elements. And certainly if you go maybe to Africa, you see a bit different how people are, in New York, then maybe is a completely different approach of how a city or a society can be shaped. But it's still like there, so to say. We are one with the city, because where you live is a reflection of what you are, and what you are is a reflection of where you live. So, I maybe should have known and should have chosen different universities, because you connect yourself to the highest position from the university you go to, the most occulted, the most hidden aspect of the university is going to be mirrored into your education. Because you obviously learn from the doctors, you learn from the professors, you learn from the PhDs, because they represent something. But, where is the spiritual aspect of things? It's the Kundalini yoga, Raising sun. God of destruction. like Bobby Hammett says, people don't fuck with me because if people fuck with me, they come up fucked up. And it's the spirits, look them up, you know. Spirits you surround yourself with. Following Dafa is good. So yeah. Some fire. So yeah, that's what we do. Love you. Stay humble.